Right now, breaking news on News Channel 8.
The shooter accused of attempting to assassinate former President Donald Trump during a campaign rally in Pennsylvania is dead, and this morning we know who he is. The shooter was one of two people killed. The other victim was attending the rally. Thank you for waking up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Avery Cotton.
And I'm Beth Russo. So the FBI says the shooter's name was Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, which is south of Pittsburgh. It's about an hour away from where the rally was last night. Now, information about why he did this is still unclear, but we do want to break down what we can confirm so far.
According to the Associated Press, Crooks was 20 years old. He was a registered Republican voter in his state. However, federal campaign finance reports also show he gave $15 to a progressive political action committee on January 20th of 2021. That was the day President Biden was sworn into office.
Authorities say former President Trump was hurt but is otherwise fine.
Here is new video of him overnight as he walked off of his plane and waved to people at the Newark International Airport. Trump is waking up this morning at his home in New Jersey. Elected leaders from both sides of the aisle are condemning the attack and sending thoughts and prayers to the former president. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Milwaukee, which is the site of this week's Republican National Convention.
Former President Trump is safe tonight, returning to his home in Bedminster, New Jersey, after a horrifying moment at his rally in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
This evening we had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump.
The former president writing on Truth Social that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear.
It just went pop, 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 pop. And I didn't see anything, so I looked back at President Trump, and that's when he went down.
The U.S. Secret Service says it neutralized the shooter, who is now dead. One spectator was killed, two others critically injured. The Secret Service saying the shooter fired several shots from an elevated position outside the secured rally venue. The former president had just started speaking shortly after 6 when loud pops rang out. He reached for his ear and dropped to the platform behind the podium as Secret Service agents rushed the stage and surrounded him. Blood could be seen on his right ear running down his cheek toward his mouth, and he pumped his fist to the crowd as he was hustled to a waiting SUV. Former President Trump thanking law enforcement and offering condolences to the person who was killed and those injured. President Biden addressing the nation.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country.
As lawmakers and Americans from both sides of the aisle send prayers for healing and for peace. In a joint statement, officials from the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee said former President Trump is doing well and that he's looking forward to coming here to Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention this week, when he'll officially be named his party's nominee. In Milwaukee, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And this morning, we are getting a new look at the aftermath of the assassination attempt. The chilling footage shows hundreds of chairs knocked down and the stage there quite disrupted. Secret Service says the gunman fired multiple shots from the roof of a nearby business outside of the security perimeter.
The shooting has sent shockwaves across the political landscape. Party officials on both sides of the aisle are unified in their condemnation of the violence.
News Channel 8 political reporter Ty Russell has been speaking with them, and he continues our team coverage this morning.
I've been speaking to Bay Area officials from both sides of the aisle, and the message is the same. We need to unite in this country and stop the violence.
Take a look at what happened.
Witnessing former President Donald Trump injured is impacting leaders on both sides of the aisle. Carmen Edmonds is the Hillsborough County GOP chair.
It's just really sad and terrible how he's been so misrepresented over the last 8 years. So kind of today is not surprising to me, but it's shocking and it's sad, and it's just that we're here at this point in our country that I feel like some of the misinformation has led to the violence against him.
What do you want people to do tonight, especially in the Bay Area, and for others who will see this? What do you want them to do tonight?
I just think, one, we need to pray for former President Trump and his family. We need to pray for the family of who lost their loved one tonight at the rally.
Bay Area resident Tom Gatens is a Florida RNC delegate. He's currently in Milwaukee ahead of the scheduled RNC convention.
We were absolutely shocked, but there was a buoying moment when the president lifted his arm and kind of punched the sky 3 or 4 times, saying "fight, fight." He seemed cogent, clear, and concerned, obviously, but it looked like it was a grazing wound. We hear that he's okay.
Florida Democrats are also responding. Democratic State Representative Michelle Rayner out of St. Petersburg posted on X. She said, quote, "I extend my deepest prayers to everyone affected by today's tragedy in Pennsylvania and to those who have lost a loved one. Our democracy should be free from violence. Living in constant fear of gun violence is not the America we aspire to." Florida Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried also posted on social media, "In America, political disagreements should never turn into violence. My thoughts are with former President Trump, the families of the victims, and the people in the crowd." The Florida GOP also sent a message of support to former President Trump, and also we heard from Senator Rick Scott, who posted on X that he too wants America to come together. In the Tampa News Center, I'm Ty Russell, 8 on your side.
And the time is 6:06. If you are just waking up with us on this Sunday, here is what we know about former President Trump's assassination attempt. The shooter is now identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was one of the 2 people killed in the Pennsylvania campaign rally yesterday. The other victim was in the crowd attending the rally.
The former president is said to be doing okay this morning, and he is at his home in New Jersey. Now, he was shot in the ear but was able to quickly receive medical treatment. The FBI-led investigation is still ongoing. Agents are coordinating with the Secret Service and the ATF.
And we have more coverage of the assassination attempt in just a few minutes, but first let's check in with Eric Stone for your Sunday forecast.
Hey, you know what? It's looking pretty good so far. We don't have any rain out there. Don't expect any for your Sunday morning. 81 degrees right now. Feels like 86. Yep. It's still humid. It's the middle to the end of July coming up. And hey, Max Defender 8 radar, we're completely dry. A few showers well offshore of Pinellas County, but they're moving away from us, so we're going to stay dry this morning. 81 Clearwater Beach, 83 in St. Pete, Palm Harbor at 78, 75 Brandon, 76 at Sun City. So temperatures running maybe a couple degrees above average. Not much in the way of wind to really help things out. Very, very light southeasterly wind expected this morning. So, of course, that ushers in the warm and humid air. Temperatures mid-80s by 9 o'clock. Clouds start to build by the 11 o'clock hour. We see those temperatures in the upper 70s, upper 80s rather, to around 90 degrees. And the rain really gets going as we head into the afternoon. But if we have dinner plans outside, well, keep in mind there'll be showers and storms in the area. We'll have the full forecast coming up.
A country in shock after seeing former President Trump shot and injured in a campaign rally. We are hearing from a woman who was there and decided to leave right before this incident happened.